out to Miami as the Heat go up against the Indiana Pacers. Indiana has not been playing their best basketball. Dismal record over the last 10 games, just 2-8. Nothing seems to be going their way right now. And a chance in this one to get a look at the NBA's leading scorer. Freak has just been incredible so far this season. Just defies description. Do you see him holding onto the scoring title this year, Kenny?
Well, a big thing for Freak is trying to avoid the stat-chasing things that a lot of former players tried to do. Just getting his points. Now, if he just comes in and plays the way he's been playing, then he will be that guy.
Well, let's go to the big stat chaser. What do you think about Freak's year?
You know, it's never easy to hold on to the scoring title. You know, teams start to double and triple team you. I can remember one year, Ernie, I was averaging 29.5. David Robinson was averaging 29.3.
Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Boston Celtics.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
On the court for Indiana, they've got Paul George. Turner is out there with Green. Then it's Lawson. And it's Bradley in at the 2 spot. And here are the Heat now, following the miss by Miles Turner. Pass to Winslow. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. And it favors that time on the assist by Winslow.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Earlier, I spoke with Frank Vogel. We talked about the strategy as it applies to D-Wade. He said Dwayne can score at will when he gets into a rhythm. So our job is going to be prevent him from getting into that rhythm in the first place. Because if we can't do that, the points will just pile up. Most opponents are completely aware of that, guys.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Lawson the pass to Turner. Bradley kicks to George. It's good. This game is all even.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
The Heat have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Turner comes with the double team. Mr. Clutch the pass to Whiteside. Good.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, the inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
The Pacers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. That's good from Ty Lawson. Ryan Hollins, he's checked in for Miami. Dragic comes in for Dwayne Wade. Indiana also making some changes. Mahinmi's checked in for Turner. Alex Len comes in for Green, and it's Caspian for George. He makes 1 of 2 that time. The Heat with the lead, and even 3-on-3 break.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Here's Len. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. They set the pick. Bradley can't get it to go. Miami leading by 3. Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Bradley.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
And the Pacers with possession here. Dragic against Lawson. Hollins with the block. In transition, here comes Miami. No good from Mr. Clutch.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And Caspi kicks to Lawson. Lawson can't get that one to fall. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Here's Mr. Clutch. Lawson defending. Kicks to Winslow. Takes a three. And that one's good. Winslow's got 5.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
They set the pick. And it's Bradley off the drive. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here's Mr. Clutch. A 17-point game for him in the win against Boston. Good if it goes. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater. And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver.
We do have a team type of game. You know, everybody is scoring spread out.
Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs and Ty Lawson was at the controls. A whole new group on the floor. The Pacers also changing it up. Miami's checked in for Alex Len. Jermichael Green comes in for Jones. And it's Caspian for Bradley. Mr. Clutch in its small forward. Rozier's out there with Dragic. Then there's Favors. And it's Winslow in a power forward position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And it's Rozier missing.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And he gets the bucket. Miami leading by 14. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Celtics put on a show. He ended with 17 points, and he was on target the whole contest. Very few misses from him all night. Another strong showing from him in what has become a habit.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game.
He really does. It was one of his better performances, and that's saying something because we've seen this guy have a lot of good ones.
And you'd have to imagine that he'll be out to build on it, to go one better here tonight.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
Enjoy seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
And George kicks to Lawson. No good. And it's Miami the other way.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
The tray. No good from Mr. Clutch. Pacers trail by 16. Lawson drives in. And Rozier pulls it down.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
Mr. Clutch, it's good, and he threw contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. The Heat making a switch here. Whiteside's checked in. That's good for Mr. Clutch. And it's the Pacers with the ball. 19-point game. Last time they met was in Indiana.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They got worked over on the perimeter.
There's the dish to Jones. Indiana needs to get a shot off. 17-foot shot on the way. And the shot falls short this time. Here's Miami now. They're on an 18-5 run here.
Move the ball.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Alex Len picks one up.
Some excellent numbers in this one for Mr. Clutch. 31 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
They're really doing a good job working hard to get inside and draw contact, a little more so than they did in the first half.
And defensively, if you're trying to battle back, you can't keep sending them to the line.
Here's Shays. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
He always knows where his teammates are going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
No good from this part of the final quarter, not treating them well so far.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me, a bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Right side a screen. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter of this one. No good from Mr. Clutch. And for the Pacers, they're shooting about 26% out there. They need to get a better look. Williams with the block. Here's Mr. Clutch. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
A different look for Miami. Derek Favors checked in for Whiteside. Calderon comes in for Randy Foy. And it's Rozier in for Mo Williams. And the Pacers also making a change. Caspi, he's checked in for Jordan.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Heat.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And the strong effort. Oh!
That's how he makes his presence felt.
And we see him do it time and again. He is a special talent.
Sure
Hey,
is.
guys, as important as it is to go out and compete, let's not forget the entertainment element of this game. What an unreal finisher.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Lets it go. And that one hits back iron. Now the Heat with it. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
That's an inexcusable mistake, guys. That's not the way to get back in the game.
And I don't know if anybody can tell you what he was thinking, because I certainly have no idea.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Here's Turner. Drops it in from 11 feet.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline.